K-12 schools across California receive their funding from the state of California. It's a new distribution system of those funds. The old system treated all students alike, and it varied from district to district based on the historical wealth of the district. We cannot afford to not do this right. We cannot afford to make a mistake in this process. The stakes are high. We're talking about our kids, which are our greatest resource in any community. We're talking about our future as a community, as a state, as a country, with respect to the importance of education, with respect to the importance of our economy and our defense as a country.
The ones that have lunches, go to your tables. We'll help you right now. Come on, go forward. Yes, you're the boss. My name is Mr. Arnie Adauto, and I'm a campus supervisor here at Monroe Elementary, and basically I provide security for the children along with any other concerns the children may have, or the instructors or staff, and really provide a lot of security for them.
We work together to develop strategies to assist students to make sure they're safe, but have strategies to make sure they can handle problems and become problem solvers themselves.
All right, so you should be moving now. I should get some of your Post-it notes on the parking lot. You are making your way there. Today what we're going to do, if you guys will look to your right, you see a thumbs up indicating that you're going to agree with a statement that I make, or if you'll look to your left, a thumbs down saying that you disagree with the statement that I'm going to make. Now, before we
I think it's relevant to them, and I also think that students tend to kind of check out if they can't make it relevant. I also think that if you make students think higher, then those higher level thinking skills, if you will, that they also stay more engaged. They realize they can't just get by. It's just not going to work. You're not going to be able to get by. But I think that it's engagement.
There was more pressure on us to do a high-stakes test. So with so much importance on the CST and not so much importance on the depth and critical thinking piece, I thought we were doing a disservice. So I'm very excited about the Common Core because I feel it gives kids a chance to delve deeper and to become lifelong learners.
It's important for our community to stay involved on an annual basis, to give us input, to help us ensure that we are doing what we said we were going to do, and to help set the path and the pace for us going forward each year.
What do we do when, when they call you bad dad? I ain't gonna lie, mine did before I started, Because I was like, well, what am I doing wrong? I do give you guys everything. Yeah. And they call me bad dad, right? We don't know. A lot of us don't know. I didn't know. And a lot of us dads don't know because we weren't shown right. We didn't have this. Well, my dad didn't have this. Yeah. And I just copied off of him. All dad did was work.
Yeah.
And now that, we still work, but now we got time to step back and think.
Most of the time, the parents just want to know, who do I talk to when I have a problem at school? So if my child's not learning, should I be talking to the principal? Who do I connect with? But it's always making sure that they're connecting with their school, because that's where their children are getting their education, and that's where the parents are getting the services.
Students have talked about some of the resources that were provided to them. For example, the excitement behind being able to have more fiscal support within sports or the arts, being able to participate in more events or more activities than they have in the past through the LCAP versus having to do rigorous fundraising.
We needed to sell like 5 cards. They were each $15, and like my family, they can't really like pay for it, so it was kind of hard to sell. And we had to do car washes also, and we had to wake up earlier every like week to do it.
I know they had like these dresses that look like couches. So they were pretty happy that we got these.
My sophomore year, I only took one AP test, but it was still a lot of money because we weren't used to paying for tests.
You're taking the class and going through all the work, and then on top of that, you have to worry about paying for all of the tests as well.
My parents buckled down like they paid for it, but I kind of felt bad because it was a lot of money just to take some tests.
$300 for IB and then $300 for AP, so it was like $600. So it was a lot of money to try to get my parents to pay for, just for me to take a test. And so it was really hard on them, and my dad had to work overtime.
I failed both semesters of my lit class sophomore year because I didn't have time to read the books that were required for that class.
Right.
And so I was behind those credits, and so this class gave me the chance to make up those credits.
Feedback from our community, from students, from our parents, from our teachers about a number of things that are different and a number of things that they were very excited to have given input on last January, seeing that input reflected in a plan when we brought it forward in May and June, and now see it being implemented.
I usually make my rounds to certain classrooms, dealing, interacting with some of the kids that are a little skittish about coming to school, and from there I just, kind of welcome them, make them feel good about being here today, and find out how their day is going to go. You gonna have a good day? Why are you going slow? Don't be sad, be happy. And then usually just walking campus, just making sure everything's okay, and helping Mr. Marshall.
It takes some of the load off the principal so he can focus on other things, and we have someone who can help watch our children and keep them safe.
We are so pleased that Mr. Smith is able to join us this year, that we received that funding through the LCAP process. He has really stepped up, and he supports students daily. He greets students every morning coming off the bus. He manages maybe some areas that we're a little concerned with safety, some of the student drop off and pick up.
Good morning. How are you this morning? Good. How was your weekend? Good. I'm a little bit of everything. They like seeing me, and they talk to me and interact. They tell me about their weekends and everything, and I love it.
My favorite part of the day is really providing security for the children. And the other component to that is really assuring parents that their children are safe here at Monroe Elementary. Huh? What's happening? Yeah, you're gonna go play after you eat, okay? Is that okay? All right.
So they've said they appreciate it because they feel that in the world today, there's another person on campus to help keep the campus safe, and they've noticed a big difference.
With things going on nowadays, it makes me feel more at ease when I leave my children here, and I can see other parents, they feel more secure leaving their children at school.
Okay, hurry up.
No, you gotta stay together. All the Greens stay right here with you guys. Everybody stay together right here, okay? Let these people move on.
I'm Jeanette Prescott, assistant principal here at Lake Matthews. Part of my job here, being a new assistant principal for the district, is to keep the campus safe, keep the kids safe, and so I spend time with the kids at lunchtime, at recess, anytime they're out and about, and just reminding them of rules and talking to them and helping them to do the right thing, make good choices out here.
He's chasing us with 2 boys that he has.
Where is he? Tell me how you should be playing right now.
I'm just playing.
Another part of my position is to be an instructional support and to help the kids achieve those goals that are set for them, and so I spend a lot of time in classrooms and working with teachers. Having come from a classroom of 27 years, I kind of can really be a support to the teachers and anticipate what they need with their students to help their students achieve, bringing technology support as well as instructional support. So it's been really thrilling to be here. You need to hold on tight and drag your feet until you slow down, because I don't want you to fly out of that swing and then land and break a leg or break an arm. That would be no fun, would it?
I'm very supportive of the Common Core standards. I supported them when I first came into teaching 29 years ago, and I didn't ever lose those.
Essentially what it does is it brings the standards to life, where they're not just rehearsing information that they read out of a book or maybe what the teachers have told them about the content, but they're engaging the content.
I am going to make a series of statements. You need to, you guys have heard this term before, assess the validity of the statement that I make. So you're either going to agree with what I say, which means you're going to go over here, or you're going to refute what I say, correct? And you're going to go to disagree. The rich are obligated to assist or help those less fortunate. Move. To me, it's just the norm. I don't know. I'll give you an example. I don't remember history in my high school years at all. And so I just make it my business to make sure that the students are totally engaged in what we're doing. That it's not about me doing the direct teaching, that they're teaching as well.
People, like, it's hard for them to have a say in how, like, laws are regulated, because, like we said, like, monopolies are able to influence the government into making laws that help themselves and keep the poor people poor.
Are they obligated?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, tell me why.
Because, I mean, how else are you going to fix the economy if you're not going to help who's poor?
Because the jury is they're gonna remember what the last things that you guys say. There's gonna be arguing in the middle and discussion, but they're also gonna remember your last points. And instead of saying, we will prove to you, what are you gonna say?
We have proved to you.
We have proven. Right, we have proven, we have proved to you, and then you lay out those strong points again.
I actually want to be a lawyer.
I think it's a lot more interactive and it gets us interested in what we're learning about, and these are real court cases.
One of the things that I've discovered is that students can always make connections, and it's one of the things that I love about College Board's redesign, actually, is that students have to synthesize that information. They have to bring it current and they have to make it relevant to them. So even if they decide they don't want to be a historian, what we talk about, I mean, history is in a cycle, so to speak. It repeats itself, it really does, in different ways, but elements of history never go away. And so it's just important as a citizen just to know.
With our Common Core nowadays, the kids have to know more than they did before. So providing them with books, a wide range of books, from fantasy books to books of reality, realistic animals, and let them read to them each day. It broadens the vocabulary. It helps the students who are ELD. It helps the students who are shy to come out of their little shells. It helps the students who have who need speech. It just helps broaden all the vocabulary all around. And it just makes them think more and more outside of their own little world and gives them things that they never saw before.
I teach for the students. I do have a lot of passion, and I feel if you're going to do a job, you do it to the best of your ability, no matter what that job is. I am fortunate that I found something that I love to do, and I get paid for it. So that's, to me, the best reward. And I always want my students to know that I did the best I could for them.
The social-emotional well-being of students through counselors, and so we have already drafted a plan for that, and so you will be seeing a placement of those counselors in the future. That's very exciting for us.
We have a lot of great parent involvement programs at our schools and at the district level, but this one's special because it's really specific for men.
One of the expectations that studies show is that when dad and mom are involved, the kids have better success in school.
We don't know. A lot of us don't know. I didn't know, and a lot of us dads don't know because we weren't shown right. So what we're going to do is so that way you can use these envelopes, so that way when you're studying you can practice. Okay? But I'll let you come and glue these ones in there like that. And then show you how to talk with them. You know what I mean? Talk to them. And you know what I mean? A father and daughter or father and son way of talking to where you're not mean, but they understand that you're not playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a lot different from talking to them than just yelling at them. And that's what this does. The teacher could even tell the difference. She goes, I can tell that his father's been helping him with things because she'll see that he's flashcards, he'll get faster and quicker and pay attention to what he sees instead of just calling it out. It's pretty neat, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that made me feel good that, you know what I mean, somebody recognized it.
Yeah,
You know
your
what I
hard
mean?
work.
If you think about it in a different way, okay, what can you do? Watch TV for a little bit? You know what I mean? We work, we're tired, but it's only, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
And we got to be here for our kids, because if we're not, somebody will take them away.
Yeah.
They'll find a new friend somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we don't want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll come to any class that I need to learn how to do that.
I know a lot of our dads were really kind of timid and not too open to going in the classroom, but after being in our program and building that confidence, they feel confident to go into the school and be more involved.
We were able to tell the difference from just that little bit of, 5-10 minutes that he spent with the girls versus my son. So yeah, it's really good though that, at least there is, people that do come out and they're able to help. Because there's a lot of things that are out there, but unless you know about them and they're promoted the right way, then you're not able to tell.
So my name is Gabriela Alonso, and I'm the coordinator for School Family Community Partnerships. I'm responsible for the Family Resource Center and family engagement in our schools. And I'm excited to be here with all the new things that are happening in the district and engaging parents and providing services to them. I think opening the center provides a space for families, for us to identify their needs, connect with them. Our purpose is to serve the whole child. So our focus is to identify the needs, to educate parents, to inform them, to inspire families to be part of the children's family, to connect with their schools, and to also build on their own strengths.
During the LCAP stakeholder engagement process, our community really identified the need for some kind of coordinated services for our families and for our students.
The services that we provide here at the Family Resource Center, and Susana Zamudio and I are working with the schools on making sure that they're communicating with their school. So we're providing different parent education classes at different schools. So we have School Smarts. We also have parent engagement happening at the sites.
It's a wonderful place for parents to come and ask questions and feel comfortable asking questions, sometimes in their own language. That's what they like. If they need help with emails, if they need help getting into the parent portal, if they need help with their teenager counseling, if they need help translating a document that they don't understand.
Because you can find everything that you needed. Yeah, in this place, you need something for citizenships or something psychology or whatever that you needed, you can find in this place.
Our mission is to educate parents in their role, to support their skills as parents, and to educate them with the information that they need to be successful within the school system. It's not just a one-time services, but that we connect with them, that we build a relationship with them, and that they come back for additional support services, and we empower them.
Hundreds and hundreds, almost 1,500 individual comments from folks that we gathered. 60% of those came from our primary stakeholders as our parents and our students. The other 40% was made up almost entirely by our staff, teachers, and our support staff. And a small percentage was from the broader community.
Basically everything we use in USB is bought by LCAP.
They gave us uniforms.
It's helped immensely throughout this school year. For instance, it paid for brand new uniforms for the whole team, which saved families upwards of $500.
For our academic teams, which are mock trial, academic decathlon, and speech and debate, it has helped pay for their fees to go on their trips.
The money allowed us to attend the CARE conference earlier on this year, and it really taught us a lot about how to help out our school.
It took off a lot of stress, actually, from our cheer advisor, from having to worry about so much money. We're not as much in debt before.
Also, they helped us with our uniforms, getting new uniforms. We haven't gotten uniforms in a while.
Since more girls are able to pay, there's more involvement. There's been more people that are able to do cheer, which previously, due to money, people weren't able to be on the cheer program.
For other kind of student opportunities, so now they don't have to pay for IB tests, there are other things I could be doing with that money.
It's more money that I can put towards college and college applications. Because there isn't such a financial burden, and because you're more likely to take the test if you don't have to pay for them, because there's not really much of you're not worried about trying to pay for them, and so you take more of the tests that you're ready for, rather than trying to pick and choose the ones that you really want to take.
This has made all the difference. My son, who has had some issues through school, would not be graduating if it weren't for this class.
I don't have to spend another hour at home
Right.
when I could be doing something else for another class.
For my students to be able to walk with their class, with their friends, on time, just means the world to them. So it's really neat to play a part in that.
I mean, it's pretty great, knowing that when I put these clothes on, that I'm representing a certain choir. So I have my show choir dress, I'm representing show choir. Or when I'm wearing this dress, I'm representing chamber singers. So it's pretty amazing, that we have the opportunity.
It's just stress relieving. I had to focus on way more other stuff for my senior year. It's like a big burden off my shoulders.
They were pretty happy that we got these. Yeah. So yeah, it was. Awesome. It's a blessing.
Yeah, it really does. Because I don't need to be up trying late. I can do my homework instead of going out and trying to sell the cards and everything.
It's great to express yourself through music. I think it's just wonderful, and being able to sing to people and having the opportunity to go to Carnegie Hall, it's pretty amazing. I think that everybody should join at least 2 activities in high school.
And it's important to create an inviting and positive atmosphere.
Riverside Unified desired that we set an example for the rest of the state in doing so. We were privileged enough to have opportunity to have input into the process when it was being developed, and therefore we wanted also to model what we thought was a positive process.
One of the main things that we're seeing by having the center is that parents are connecting with each other. So they're supporting each other and making social connections. So that's a big thing that we're seeing, just in the waiting room while they're waiting for, their appointment, they're talking to each other and saying, oh, I'm going through the same thing, let's be friends now and support each other. So we're seeing a lot of that, which is great.
When I came over here, I told the group, and they go, well, we work on it, yeah, so they don't call me bad dad no more. Yeah, right, they call me good dad. And we say, you know what I mean, and they show me how to talk with them. And that's what this does, you know what I mean? Teach me and others that we can learn too. We can learn too.